Hello friends, Fariba here from WatchKnitting. Today I will be sharing the instruction for this stunning lattice pattern. I spent a few days figuring this out and I'm excited to finally share it with you. I made a simple chart to make this pattern easier to follow, which I will go through as well. You can find the link in the description below. Before we start, here are a few tips to get the best results. Choose a yarn with a higher wool content or one that grips well, as we will be doing a lot of stitch crossing. Also, keep in mind that this pattern tends to compress as it grows, so using a low seam at the end will help relax and shape it nicely. This pattern is worked in multiple of 8 stitches. I recommend adding an extra 6 stitches for the side edges. It is completed in 16 rows, but don't worry, since all odd rows are purled, it's easier to follow than it might seem. On the right side, all stitches are knit and the ones that cross over are slipped. Here I have cast on 30 stitches with 3mm needles and worsted weight yarn to demonstrate 3 repeats of the pattern, with 3 stitches on each side reserved for garter stitch. I also needed 4 rows of rib stitch before starting the pattern. Let's begin with a quick overview of the pattern. It starts on the wrong side. Row 1 begins with 3 knit stitches for the edge, followed by purl stitches across the row. As mentioned, row 1 and all odd numbered rows are purled with 3 knit stitches at both the beginning and end to form a garter stitch. I will fast forward through these rows. The pattern truly begins on row 2, which features 4 knit stitches and 2 right cross lines only, no left crossing yet. When I refer to the next row, I mean the next even numbered row where we shape the pattern. So in row 4, we continue with the right cross lines and introduce the first left cross line. This reduces our single knit stitches to 2. In row 6, we add the second left cross line, resulting in a row composed entirely of crossing lines. Then in the row 8, we begin ending one of the right cross lines, which brings 2 single stitches back into the row. And after row 10, we start offsetting the elements we previously established to create movement in the pattern. Now let's start with row 1. I pick up the first edge stitch, then knit 2, then purl across. Make your purl stitches as loose as possible to help reduce curling, and end with 3 knit stitches. I will fast forward through following odd rows. Now let's start row 2. Those stitches lean to the right. I'll call them cross to right or C2R, and others lean to the left. I'll refer to them as cross to left or C2L. Now here I'll begin by knitting my 3 edge stitches. My repeat for row 2 starts with 2 cross to right and follows with 4 knit stitches. Crosses are worked over 2 stitches. The stitch underneath is knitted and the one crossing over is slipped. You can use any method that feels easiest for you, but this is the way I do it. For cross to right, I transfer both stitches to my right needle. I grab the right stitch from the back with my left needle and drop the other stitch. Then I pick up the dropped stitch with my right needle. Since this stitch is only a slip, I leave it there. Finally, I knit the second stitch. I will repeat the same process once more for the second cross to right. I transfer both stitches to my right needle. Grab the right stitch from the back with my left needle and drop the other stitch. Then I pick the dropped stitch with my right needle and knit the next stitch. Next, I knit 4 stitches. Now I repeat from beginning. Cross to right, transfer both, grab from back, then pick up the right needle and knit the next. Repeat the same process again and knit 4. I will do my last repeat here. 2 of the cross to rights, then knit 4. And as you can see, the row consists of 2 cross right and 4 knit stitches. Then finish row with knitting the last 3 edge stitches. Now row 3, purl across exactly like row 1. Now in row 4, we begin one of the left leaning lines, which comes right after 2 right crosses. We start with a cross to right to continue the pattern, but at the beginning of the row, we have only 1 stitch of the right cross. I refer to them as half crosses. Stitch number 8 is also half cross. We always knit them at the beginning and at the end of the row. In the middle section, those stitches pair with the next stitch like these ones here and form a full cross. So for now, we simply knit that single stitch. I knit this one and then I move to the next full cross to right. Next I have 4 knit stitches, but instead of knitting 4 stitches, we create 1 cross to left using the first 2 stitches, then knit the remaining 2 stitches. For the left cross, I transfer both stitches to my right needle. Then using the tip of my left needle, I grab the right stitch from the front and drop the other stitch. Slowly, I pick up the dropped stitch with my right needle and place both stitches back onto the left needle. Next, I knit the first stitch, which is now at the back, and slip the second stitch, which is now on top. That completes 1 cross to left. Next, I knit 2 stitches. This third knit stitch is stitch number 8, which is also half cross and now pairs with the first stitch of the next repeat, which is also half cross, like one we knitted at the beginning. This time it pairs with next stitch to make a cross to right. Then I start this sequence again. Full cross to right. Then begin a new cross to left. And knit 2. So again, we're going to have 2 cross to right. Then start with new cross to left. And 2 knit stitches. And last stitch is a half cross, which we're going to simply knit that stitch. And then finish the row with 3 garter stitch. If you take a look at this row, we started with cross to right, then 1 cross to left, knit 2, again 2 cross to right, 1 cross to left, and knit 2. This is the order you get for row 4. Now row 5, purl across. Now in row 6, we introduce the second left leaning line. Looking at my 8 stitches, I begin with 1 full cross to right. Then these are 2 knit stitches available between these 2 cross to right and cross to left, which I use to start the second pair of the left cross. Right after that, I continue the previously started left cross, followed by another right cross. So I knit the edge stitches, work across to right, begin a second cross to left, continue the earlier cross to left, repeat this process across the rest of the row. This row consists entirely of crossing lines with no plain knit stitches. At the end, we need to work one cross to right. In the previous row, it was just a single stitch. It was half cross. So we skipped it, but now we have both stitches available and can complete the full cross at the end. Finish the row with edge stitches and purl the row 7. Row 8 starts ending right cross lines. Basically, the rule for ending the line is that the new set crosses over the older lines. In other words, between two intersecting lines, the shorter one crosses over the longer one. Take a look at the first repeat. Since the right cross is only a half cross, we simply knit that stitch, then knit 2 stitches followed by 2 full cross to left. The second cross will overlap the right leaning line and cuts that line, and last stitch pair with the next and make cross to right. I start my edge stitches. Then I have half cross which I knit, then knit 2 stitches, then cross to left, and second cross to left, which cuts the first right cross line, and the last stitch pairs with the next and make cross to right. Knit 2 stitches, again 2 cross to left, and 1 cross to right, and knit 2. Now the row ends with a half cross which I knit and finish with the edge stitches. This is the half cross stitch I knitted and 3 edge stitches. Row 9, purl across. In row 10, we are offsetting row 2. In this row, we have 4 knit stitches followed by only cross to left stitches. My 8 stitch repeat begins with 4 knit stitches followed by 2 cross to left, in which the second cross to left ends the second cross to right. Now my edge stitches, then I knit 4 stitches, then work cross to left, another cross to left, which this one cuts the second right cross, and we have only left cross at this row. Again, knit 4 and do 2 of the cross toe lifts. Essentially, in this row, we finish both right crosses, meaning we will start a new set of right crosses in row 12. Row 11, purl across. In row 12, which offsets row 4, again we will have 2 knit stitches and we'll begin a new cross to right. Looking at my row, I will start the new cross to right before the cross to left. Next to that, I will have 2 single knit stitches. The very first single stitch is actually a half cross to right, which we will knit in this row. Later, when 2 stitches became available, we will make a cross to left to keep the pattern balanced. Let's begin with the edge stitches. Then knit the half cross to right, knit 2 stitches, then start 1 full cross to right, followed by 1 cross to left, and continue with a full cross to left. Once you understand the logic behind the sequence, the pattern becomes easier to follow. Starting with the chart will help you grasp the pattern, and then the rest will fall into place. Now finish the last repeat with a half cross to left and end the row with 3 edge stitches. Row 13, purl across. Row 14 offsets row 6. It means we will not have any single stitches, and we introduce the second right leaning line right before the previous one. Looking at my 8 stitches, recall from previous row that we had one half cross we knit. Now I have 2 available knit stitches at the beginning, like what we did at the end of row 6 to keep the balance in the pattern. We will make 1 full cross to left at the beginning. This cross to left will disappear in next row, but still to keep the pattern in harmony, we make it. Then I continue the previously started right cross. Now here 2 knit stitches which are available. I use to start the second pair of right cross, followed by another left cross. I knit my edge stitches, work a new cross to left, continue the earlier cross to right, begin a new cross to right, and finish the first repeat with another cross to left. Repeat this process across the rest of the row. This row consists entirely of crossing lines with no plain knit stitches. and finish the row with edge stitches and purl across the row 15. Row 16, which is the last row repeat, start ending left cross lines because we have two intersecting lines. The shorter one crosses over the longer one. In the first repeat, since the right cross is only a half cross, we simply knit that stitch. Then two full cross to right, knit 2 stitches, followed by 1 half cross to left, which pairs with the next. I start with my edge stitches, then half cross which I knit, then 2 right cross, and knit 2 stitches. And last stitch pairs with the next and make cross to left. Now intersecting crosses, and we decide which one goes over the other one. Continue with cross to right, make another cross to right, knit 2 stitches, and 1 cross to left. We end this row with half cross, which I knit, and finish with edge stitches. I hope you give this pattern a try. It might be a little complicated, but I tried my best to make it easy to follow. Honestly, the design that comes out is so stunning. You will definitely want to make it. I hope you find it helpful. Feel free to reach out if you had any question, or send me a picture of your project. I'd love to see your works. Stay tuned for more and enjoy your knitting time.